stuff. Remember?
Well, it all goes right back in my video, Upton partner, where me and Upton23 fought against a hybrid called Interlace. And Ellie, well, she saved my life.
Stop! No, this is not okay. It's time to stop! It's time to stop!
Now here comes the thing I really don't want to talk about, but I know I'm gonna. My apparent suicide attempt. You know what? If I get 3 more likes, I'll explain. I'm not doing this for likes. I'm just saying, I'm pretty much asking to see how much.
Allow me to give some context here. Back in May, I was going to make a video on a YouTuber called Heavy the Squid, who was going under a lot of criticism. Heavy the Squid made Gmod, Splatoon animated type of videos. Even back then, I couldn't find any of his videos because at that point he had already firebombed his channel from complete existence. Now there are some parts of that video that actually are complete. I'm going to upload what was completed as its own video that will be unlisted. Check that in the description so you can see what was made. Essentially, why he came under such criticism was because of his relationship with another Gmod Splatoon YouTuber called Ellie Godelia. She was, I believe, 15 at the time, and he was around 23, 24. Quite problematic, to say the least. And the reason this topic has been brought back up is because the YouTuber who he dated is now under criticism. It's also believed that she was heavily exaggerating some parts of her story. I'm going to put some parts of my video that I did make about Heavy so you can get some context behind him, stuff that still is correct. Hello everybody, my name is Epically Epic, and today we are going to be taking down a pedophile. So yeah, let's just jump right in it. No dilly-dallying or anything. Let's go into who this man was. I would say who is this man, but was is more accurate considering he's basically firebombed all evidence of him even existing on the internet. Heavy the Squid, or previously known as Inspector Heavy, was a YouTuber who would animate in Gary's mod, essentially using a Splatoon theme. Now, I would show you an example of what his videos looked like, however, they're all gone, everything deleted, and it's very hard to find re-uploads, and I don't even know if there are any re-uploads. If there are, I haven't found any. Also very high up in the Splatoon community, a very well-respected Splatoon YouTuber within its own community, and one of the biggest. At one point or another, he ended up meeting a fan of his who also enjoyed Splatoon as well. She also did animated videos in Gmod as well. Her name is Ellie Godelia, and they eventually started dating. However, there was one pretty major issue with their relationship. She was quite simply, this individual was 24 years old at the time, and this individual was 15 years old at the time. Nearly a 10-year difference between the two.
When you started dating, what age would you have been when you started?
I believe technically it was July when I met him in the summer, and we didn't start dating until school started, which was September, and
okay.
Technically I was 15 and
Now, as if a 24-year-old dating a 15-year-old is not bad enough on its own, they also engaged in roleplay. Now, right here on screen, I'll just display some of these lovely messages. I was going to read them, but I just physically cannot bear myself to read this shit, and it's cringe. And not like cringe as in like, oh, it's a really cringy thing to do. It's cringe in the fact that it's fucking creepy as fuck.
It's time to stop. No, this is not okay. It's time to stop. It's time to stop.
Because keep in mind, this dude's a 24-year-old sending that shit to a 15-year-old. Ugh. As if the age difference isn't bad enough. As if the sexual roleplay isn't bad enough. Something else as well. You see, as the roleplay went on, it eventually escalated into this. He sent this image to her. She did not ask for it, he just sent it. So as you can see right here, this is what was sent. Now, to be fair, he is not nude in this photo. I am censoring it because, believe me, you should thank me for fucking censoring this. Anyway, he is not nude in this picture. He does have briefs on, however. It's still pretty fucking bad. Now here's the first issue we have probably run into. We don't know if she asked for it or didn't ask for it. She's been caught lying already. So it's possible that she actually did ask for it. There's no evidence proving otherwise. I mean, there's no evidence proving that she did, and there's no evidence proving that she didn't. So, who fucking knows? But the fact that she's been caught lying is not good. Pretty much everything I said in that video that was supplied by her that is not concrete fact that we can't see, like the roleplay, everything is going to have to be taken with a grain of salt now. Because of her lying now. And then, and back then, just lying in general. In fact, I don't think him being not nude excuses really anything. I think it's just as bad as if he was nude. Think about that fucking age gap once again. I believe even still that point holds up pretty true. Regardless if she asked for it or not, this dude sent it, knowing the age gap in between them. This guy is fucked. Everything considered, it gets worse. Before all this shit hit the fan, he openly admitted that he had plans to move in with Ellie and live with her. Now doesn't that just fucking send shivers down your spine? Because I know it does for fucking me. There's more issues here because it's pretty unclear. And as well, I need to correct myself here. Because he actually said that he would wait until she was of age to live with her. Which I suppose is better. But regardless, still having talks about it when she's underage is kind of fucked, don't you think? And as well, with her lying coming out to truth now, everybody knows that she's a liar now. She could have very well been encouraging him to come live with her, who knows? He started out the relationship knowing how old she was, and he kept doing worse and worse things knowing how old she was. He continued the relationship knowing how old she was. All of this while knowing that she was underage. And I think that is the big underlying point. That is probably the strongest point I have ever made in that video. Regardless of everything, he continued it knowing how old she was, knowing the consequences. People now that they know Ellie's been lying, they think this Heavy the Squid guy's innocent. He's fucking not. He still did a lot of shitty shit. Even if she did exaggerate some of the stuff, some of the evidence she gave, there is still some stuff that's concrete like that. In fact, this YouTuber's video I'm displaying right now, Doomsday.exe, he took his video down because of the misinformation that Ellie had been spreading. But regardless, he still continued it. That is the strongest point. No matter what, she cannot exaggerate the fact that he was still continuing this. Some people think that because Ellie is guilty, that makes Heavy innocent. No, they're both fucking guilty. They both did shitty stuff. So I believe that's going to wrap up my portion on Heavy. A lot of the stuff that's pretty much been said has already been said about him. Everything that could be said pretty much already has been. Like I said, I'll leave the video, what was finished of it, in the description below. So that is it for Heavy's portion. But now we're going to go talk about Ellie, who recently has come under a lot of criticism, making this whole situation blow back up, and is why the reason I'm making this video. Right after the Heavy the Squid situation started to settle down, the dust began to settle, the videos were made, something happened. People started realizing that Ellie was playing victim a lot in comment sections on videos about Heavy. She was kind of soaking up the attention almost. And then the news came out that she had 11 or 12 or possibly 15 boyfriends because of this situation. Very ironic, considering she was traumatized by her past relationship, and now she has possibly 15 fucking boyfriends? It could have been 14 too, actually. There's so many numbers, nobody knows which one's fucking true. That's not good. After some videos began to come out on her, she decided to make a truth stream, explaining everything, explaining her side, and giving an apology. So let's take a look at that right now. Let's analyze. As the controversy began to brew around her, Ellie Godelia made around a 30-minute stream called the apology stream, something along the lines of that, to explain her side of the story, to basically say sorry, basically her attempt to try to defend herself. So we're going to analyze that now.
Basically, for the last 2 years, I've been struggling with anxiety, depression, and recently I've been gaining a lot of trust issues.
Not a good way to start an apology video, I must say. She did the stereotypical YouTube side, the to really hammer in that she's really distressed about this, and she also is playing victim as well. Not a good way to start an apology video.
And I know. What I did was wrong. Yes, I know I fucked up. Yes, I know I shouldn't have done those things. But
it is not looking good for her, to say the least. She's dancing around two things. She's dancing around saying, I'm sorry. Is it hard? Is it hard to say I'm sorry in an apology video? Why not just directly just say I'm sorry? First thing. That's an apology. So why are you dancing around saying I'm sorry in an apology video? I don't get it. She's also dancing around what she did. She's purposely being very vague about it. So she's kind of keeping people who don't know what she did out of the loop. And she ends that section with sighing again. We get it. You're trying to show that you're displeased. You're trying to show you're upset, but you're really starting to force it down, and it is getting quite old. In fact, let me just compile her sighing, a compilation of her sighing in this video, and let's see how many times she sighs in this video. Let's count them up.
where do I... Now I use for 2 reasons. It would... Fictional OCs. Because I have to say this. It's mainly... I can honestly understand... Yes. Liberty...
Do you guys want to know something great? That wasn't even the whole video. It was only the first half. 18 times. If you're sighing 18 times, you're really starting to give the impression that you really aren't sorry and you really don't care. That's just kind of the vibe I'm getting here. Now I have the sneaking suspicion that she's going to end up deleting the stream because it pretty much destroys any point she could possibly make to redeem herself. The whole stream is a bunch of contradictions. So, because of the whole PickSuprise making a new video on her, and pretty much hate being rallied against her, I have a feeling she's going to delete this stream. So, luckily, I downloaded it before she ended up taking it down. So guess what, bitch? I'm one step ahead of you. So, if you would like to see that stream, go ahead and check the description. Even if she's deleted it, it's gonna be there. We've gotten her corner. Now in this section, I'm going to give evidence for why I believe she does not care at all. She made this stream for the hell of it. She really does not care, and she's really not apologetic. She couldn't give less of a shit. So let's just get right into it. So the first thing that I believe points towards this fact is the fact that it's a stream. She didn't make a video. She didn't make a well-edited video where she could thoroughly explain why she was in the wrong. It's a stream. So I think right there, that's one of the first examples of her just not giving a shit, Instead of making a well-edited video addressing everything and apologizing and cutting out all the bullshit, she makes a half-assed stream. Now, a possible counter-argument that one of her fans might try and make is that she doesn't have the ability to make a well-edited video. Well, I propose this in response to that. If this situation truly mattered to her, if she really wanted to get the truth out there, if she really cared, then she would find a way. She would ask for help. She would get the way. She would get the resources to make a well-edited video. At least I would think so. But, benefit of the doubt, let's just say, doesn't have the resources at all. That still doesn't explain these next points that I'm going to bring up. My next point here is that she will get off topic or she will make a joke or a meme. Like, she really does not care. And I'm about to show you many examples of that happening in this stream. So let's just show that now.
Taquito. It's mainly because I really don't want anyone to see my face for this, because I feel like if anyone were to see my face, to my room we go. Don't get any ideas. Note, yeah, sorry about the mess. It's a mess. I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I got this. Hush. I do apologize if the stream's in bad quality. Liberty Prime, I hate it. Can you please stop talking about politics stuff, or I will have to ban you from the chat. Please, I do not want to be dealing with this right now. And no, you're not gonna see my face eating breakfast. You're just gonna see this taquito disappear.
Maybe this is just me, but I'd figure if she was genuine, she really cared about this whole situation, if she really, truly was sorry, she wouldn't get off topic so much, and she would make hardly any jokes, let alone any at all. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like she's not being genuine. Like, she really does not care. Now, maybe if she gotten off topic 1 or 2 times, I could forgive that. That would be somewhat justifiable. But the fact she did it as many times as she did makes me very doubtful of her genuineness. Now I'm going to get into the big point. The reason I made this video. I was going to leave this topic to rot, because making the original Heavy the Squid video was such a burden that it literally stopped me from making videos at all. It was so unfun to make that I didn't want to go back to that. So I was just going to let this topic die, until I had learned that Ellie Godelia was doing this. I really wish I was making this up. She was asking for likes to explain her suicide attempt.
Now here comes the thing I really don't want to talk about, but I know I'm gonna have to talk about. My apparent suicide attempt. Now, a lot of you I know are probably suspicious about this, you know, thing, but you know what? If I get 3 more likes, I'll explain. I'm not doing this for likes. I'm just saying, I'm pretty much asking to see how much of you are willing to be interested for me to just explain my side. I mean, I'm not
doing this for likes? Listen, you little like whore bitch. I'm going to show more examples of her asking for likes, begging for likes, and we'll see if she is genuinely not doing this for likes. It's not for likes, guys, I promise.
actually see the document. Get this live stream up to 10 likes or something, I don't know. If this video can get up to 10 likes, not 10, 20 likes, then you can see me having breakfast, I guess. And 30 likes, I'll do a little quick Q&A. But if I get 3 more likes, I'll explain.
But she is most certainly not doing this for attention.
I didn't date Heavy for fame. I didn't date him for attention. I didn't date him for, you know, subscribers or views. That's really not it.
I don't think it would be a big fucking surprise to anybody if that actually is the case. That you did date him for views and attention and likes and subscribers. All of that. With the amount of like whoring you do in this stream alone.
my apparent suicide attempt. You know what? If I get 3 more likes, I'll explain. I'm not.
I want you to know, don't take it slow. Just come undone, the sin will take hold. I can't hold it back, it's too much to ask. You know the way, up to the task. Please don't ever say what's the world come to when bullets are all that you
Here, this thing here, this is where I tied this thing. I tied this thing around this, and I pulled it around my neck, and at first, nothing really happened.
take it slow. Just come undone, the sin will take hold. I can't hold it back, it's too much to. Please don't ever say what's the world come to. What's it all come to? Nothing to see through. It's all been spoken, shattered and broken.
So I'm going to now go into depth with this suicide attempt. You see, because it was recorded by PickSuprise through a call. The audio is pretty bad because of the way it was recorded. However, you can still very much tell what is going on. It is the most insensitive, unbelievable shit you will ever hear.
Sorry.
Ellie, just calm down. We're still together.
To some, this might seem somewhat genuine, but allow me just to debunk this real quick right here with her own explanation of how she was doing this. So essentially she was saying she was choking herself. I'm going to play the clip of her explaining how she's doing this and why this does not add up.
I know this doesn't seem like much, but basically what I did, I used this and I wrapped this around my neck. I double knotted it. Well, actually, no, I didn't double knot it. I just tied it around my neck once. And this here, this thing here, this is where I tied this thing. I tied this thing around this, and I pulled it around my neck, and
Essentially how she's explaining this is she took a string off of her bathrobe, tied it around her bedpost, then put it around her neck. And that's how she was trying to commit suicide. What doesn't make sense, however, is if you had this thing around your neck with the intent to die, you know, genuinely offing yourself, you wouldn't be able to talk or choke. Air wouldn't be able to get through.
She's okay, just
And on top of being able to talk and choke, she can also breathe in.
Ellie, time for
Help. Help.
Now just hold on 1 second here. Do you think if she genuinely did not want to live anymore, that she was genuinely trying to kill herself? Why would she ask for help? At all? That doesn't make much sense. On top of the fact that she's even able to ask for help if she genuinely is trying to kill herself. That doesn't add up. That literally makes no sense whatsoever. What's worse than asking for likes to explain your suicide attempt? Asking for likes to explain your fake suicide attempt. That is a whole new level of low.
Wasn't a human.
the cat saved you.
Booty.
Alright, no, I'm done with the internet. Fuck the internet. Fuck the internet. The fucking cat saved her. God damn. Fuck the fucking internet. Holy shit. People are so fucking stupid. That's fucking right, boys. The fucking cat untied the bathrobe string around her neck and saved her life. You've got to be fucking kidding me. If you want to see PickSuprise pull apart the entire thing in different ways than I did, be sure to check out his video. I'll leave it in the description as well. Check out his whole thing, because it has points that I didn't make against Ellie. So yeah, check that whole thing out. It kind of gave me the news. It kind of spread the news, and is why I made this video, because I seen her fucking asking for likes to explain her fake suicide attempt. So definitely check that video out. To say Ellie is problematic would be a very massive understatement. She has made a truth stream where she goes on and rants and avoids the subject and gets off topic and makes jokes and pretty much completely dodges everything. All in all, just to ask for likes over and over and over and deliver very ungenuine apologies. And she doesn't even take full credit for it either.
I mainly feel responsible for all the things that I've done.
Some of you guys may or may not know that back in May, I asked her for an interview. When I was working on my Heavy the Squid video, I wanted her to be an interview. I wanted her to be a part of it. I wanted her to answer some of my questions so I could add on to the video. She did, in fact, accept this offer. As you can see, I asked if Friday would work. Obviously, she said sure. So everything that I said in this tweet, she agreed with. It's right there. And come Friday, we did not have the resources to do that. So I go ahead and tell her that, and I never get any sort of response. I think I even remember asking her if another day would work, and never got a response. Here's a little theory I propose. With all of the evidences of her being a view whore and a like whore,
Actually see the document, get this live stream up to 10 likes or something, I don't know. If this video can get up to 10 likes, not 10, 20 likes, then you can see me having breakfast, I guess. And 30 likes, I'll do a little quick Q&A. But if I get 3 more likes, I'll explain.
etc., etc. Would it really be that far of a stretch to say that she looked at my channel and seen that she really could not gain much growth from it? It was a pretty small sized channel. So she decided to back out on it. Pretty scummy if you ask me. Obviously I don't know this, but is it really that far of a jump to assume so? I think the final thing I want to say about this is how similar Ellie and Heavy stories are. They both were a part of the Splatoon community, the YouTube animating a Gmod Splatoon community to be precise. They were both respected at one point, but both eventually fell off of grace because of their own stupid mistakes. And both of them are going to end up living in their mother's basement, playing Splatoon, animating, and not having a life, as well as manipulating kids into relationships. I find it very ironic that it is all circled back around. And Ellie has just barely turned 18. And I predict that she's going to follow a very similar path to her former boyfriend. Don't you love how history just loves to repeat itself? Look how similar their stories are already. Just give it a few more years and wait. And I think my prediction will be perfectly correct.
What's the world come to when everything's going the way of the gun? What's the world come to if life is a shadow of what has been done? I want you to know, don't take it slow, just come undone, the sin will take hold.
Thank you guys so much for watching all the way until the end. If you guys enjoyed this video or agreed with anything I said, be sure to leave a like, and I would appreciate it if you guys could share this video out to get it out to as much people as possible. So, because a lot of people still really don't know that this situation happened at all, so I figure it might be kind of interesting to get it out there. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and supporting my channel.